Hello, my name is Corey Hunt, and I decided to make a video for the project instead of a PowerPoint because, well, I figured this was an opportunity to record myself paint since I've never done it before. So I'm pretty much just gonna explain my process. Right now, I'm using a practice sheet of paper to do the grid method of transferring my drawing onto the canvas. This is just a good way to transfer a simple drawing like this onto a larger canvas. And basically what you do is you make a grid on the smaller piece of paper over your drawing, and then you make a grid over your canvas like I'm doing here. And then in each little square you're able to sketch in the lines to create the drawing, to recreate it perfectly without making too many mistakes. And it actually took me a while to calculate how big each square would have to be, and so here's, I don't know if you can see that, that's the grid on the canvas, and right here I'm just going square by square, just filling them in so that I can have a complete drawing on the canvas. And when I'm done, I'll be able to erase the grid and keep the drawing on the canvas so I can easily paint the picture that I'm painting. And right here what I'm doing is I've decided to go with the ink and watercolor approach, so I just ink the lines with the brush pen and then I paint in the rest. And what I'm doing right now is I'm testing out the brush pen that I have for inking. And right here what I'm doing is I'm just practicing on that practice sheet of paper that I have, and that's what the end result is. So I decided to go ahead and do that on the canvas as well. Right here I'm just finishing up, and what I'm doing for the lighter color areas is I'm breaking up the lines. Instead of just having a solid line throughout the entire thing, I'm trying to use thinner lines and also break it up a little bit, but have solid lines on the darker portions of the painting, and that's the end result there. And now I'm about to paint the lightest parts, and I guess it's a general rule in watercoloring that you should start from light to dark, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm just painting the entire blindfold here, which is supposed to be sort of like a white cloth, but I wanted to add some color to it so right now I'm just laying down the base color and shading, and that's pretty much what it looks like. And now I'm painting her skin tone, and what I'm doing here, and you'll see this later in the video, is first what I do is I'll lay down a layer of just water, and then I add in some of the watercolor so that it spreads out a little bit more evenly, so that it's more smooth and you don't get any paint strokes. And I do this throughout the entire painting. And right here I've laid down a base, so now I'm just adding in some reds and browns and all that to show the skin texture a little better, like the blemishes and blushes and all that. And right here I'm just adding some highlights and shading and all that. And that's what it looks like after I've painted the skin. And right here is where I'm laying down the water before I lay down the paint so that it spreads out a lot smoother. And right here you can kind of see a little bit how it's spreading out on its own. And what's interesting is that when you lay down a layer of water like this, the paint tends to not spread to the dry parts. And there's the final result of painting the outside of her clip. And this is the part that I sort of dreaded the most, was painting the hair, because I'm really not that great with painting hair with traditional watercolor. I think it's a lot easier doing it digitally, but I think it turns out okay here. Right here is I'm just adding the darker parts to her hair after I've laid down a base brown color. And then I decided to go ahead and paint the inside of her cloak after I'm kind of satisfied with the hair. And now here again I'm laying down a layer of water, and then I'm adding the color to the background. It's hard to see here, but the background's actually supposed to be a little bit purple. I decided to go with that because I wanted to add some color to it, since it was looking kind of desaturated. And then I decided to add like this sort of glow around the figure, and I painted her shirt blue to again add some more color to the picture. And what I actually end up doing with the shirt is, while the shirt is still wet with that blue paint, I take a paper towel and actually wipe it off to make it a lighter blue color, and then you'll see in a few seconds here that I end up adding some more colors in a sort of just a random pattern to the shirt. And that's pretty much the complete painting right here. But then I decided to, just for the fun of it, I edited the picture in Photoshop just to show you what I would normally do here. Like I lowered her nose some because I wasn't completely satisfied with how I drew it, and then I edited the overall palette of it to make it more vibrant and sharpened it a little bit. But that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.